Another day, another Xbox video because I am an Xbox YouTuber. I want Xbox to succeed. I think that Xbox has a lot of interesting games. I like their hardware. I play most of my third-party games on my Xbox Series X that are multi-platform games, and I don't inherently hate Game Pass. I just hate some of the decisions that are made tied into Game Pass. I don't like being lied to. I don't like people telling me one thing and then they do another thing. That's very disingenuous. It's very deceitful. But obviously, we've been talking a lot about Xbox recently, and rightfully so. When they make bad decisions, we need to call those sorts of things out to raise awareness that, hey, maybe all this PR speak that Xbox likes to give us is kind of a load of hogwash. Now, recently, we've also been talking about the upcoming system, the upcoming generation. Is it happening? Is it not happening? Some details leaked about it. Sounds an awfully lot like a PC system instead of a traditional console. Maybe the PC for under your television, which I still have many questions about. I don't feel like console gamers are going to be interested in a PC setup under their television, and I don't feel like PC people are going to be satisfied enough with what this system is going to do to want to purchase one of these just to play their Steam games when they can do that on their personal computer in their basement or in their office. But we also have the current generation of systems, the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. We have seen two price increases from these systems in just this calendar year alone, and it seems like a lot of people are not investing into the Xbox console space. Could that be because everything is an Xbox and they like to have this mixed messaging marketing that Xbox influencers like to tell you is the greatest thing in the world? It makes perfect sense. It's not going to confuse people. And when it doesn't make perfect sense and it confuses people and Xbox sales don't really light up the sales charts, they're kind of wondering like, oh, what happened here? It couldn't be what everyone said that had a normal functioning brain that this was a bad idea to do. It's a bad idea to call everything an Xbox, because if everything is an Xbox, then nothing is an Xbox. We, of course, heard about Costco and Sam's Club liquidating Xbox consoles when it comes to the Xbox Series X and S. Now, I did say that that was kind of a more isolated incident because I don't feel like Costco and Sam's Club are necessarily indicative of what is happening in the grander scheme of video games. But when you bring up Target, and when you bring up Walmart, the conversation definitely shifts. The conversation definitely changes. And according to several different employees at both Target and Walmart, it looks like they are phasing out of Xbox Series consoles and Xbox Series games when it comes to their retail storefront. Now, I kind of alluded to this, you might remember, when it came to the catalogs I received in the mail. Because I am a grown man who purchases collectible action figures, not toys, collectible action figures. Walmart and Amazon sent me their holiday gift guide for the younger sprouts out there in the world. And I, of course, thumbed through it because I have lots of nostalgia for the old Sears catalogs. And while these don't hold a candle to those, I did notice something pretty weird. There was a lot of PlayStation stuff in both of those booklets. There was a lot of Nintendo stuff in both of those booklets. There wasn't really any Xbox stuff in there. And then when you kind of look at this, what is currently happening when it comes to employees of Target and Walmart talking about it, oh man. So this is coming to us from Reddit. And about 18 hours ago, a Target employee who allegedly works at Target. Once again, you do have to take this with an alleged thing. When other people come in and also say similar things, though, and kind of back this up, then you could kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it. But this post was made. The Target I work for is no longer selling Xbox games. On Wednesday, the Target I work for has removed all Xbox games, and I'm pretty sure it will be store-wide. All the games have been discounted and will most likely go clearance. After all these years of selling Xbox games, it's weird to only see PlayStation and Nintendo games being sold. In 10 years, I'm pretty sure there will be no video games in stores, just download cards. It's definitely going to make me sad due to having so much nostalgia and me spending time in the video game sections of stores. And if you're an older person, I mean, this was God tier stuff, going to the Toys R Us, seeing all the little flaps of the games and stuff like that. Going to KB Toys, seeing all the games in the glass case and trying to pick out, this, that, or the other. Going to your local Walmarts, your local GameStop locations. Obviously, things are definitely changing when it comes to purchasing stuff. The Walmart store I work at is getting rid of Xbox games too. We're doing a store remodel right now, and the new layout for electronics will have no Xbox games, and Switch and PlayStation will be condensed to one lock case each. In the year or so I've been in electronics there, I can count on one hand the number of times I've sold an Xbox game. And you can pretty much go down through this thread to see where they're essentially restructuring the Xbox sections, getting rid of games, and most importantly, getting rid of consoles, because if you're not selling games for a system, you're obviously not going to be selling the consoles as well. I was at a location today. They had 2 or 3 of the newest releases and the rest just disappeared. Was hoping they would end up on a clearance shelf, but no luck. And you could pretty much read throughout this whole entire thread with people talking about different things, talking about things like, digital distribution, renting games, the fact that, a lot of people buy games online now, a lot of people buy their games digitally, but still having a storefront is a very important thing. And if you're not selling games and you're not selling consoles in major major retailers, I should say, that definitely paints a very interesting picture for the direction of your company. I understand a lot of first-party Xbox games do not get physical releases on Xbox. They do on other platforms. If you want a disc of Indiana Jones, you got to buy it on the PlayStation. If you want a disc of the latest Xbox game that comes out, you probably got to wait for it to go to PlayStation in order to get that physical disc. And it's definitely something that Xbox seemingly has been focusing on. And I guess the thought process with this is maybe Xbox just doesn't want to be in these retail locations anymore. If you're pulling, games and you're pulling, systems from these planograms and stuff like that, because the way it works is, every season a company has a new planogram, and sometimes it happens more often than just with seasons and stuff like that. But when we're talking about the holiday season, doopy-doo, and dickory-dock, I found your wife, she was sucking on my... I like to ruin holiday songs with inappropriate things. But when you're talking about like planograms and designing planograms and stuff like that, companies will have priority because they give money to the like when I worked at GameStop, granted, 20 years ago, blah, blah, blah. The philosophies for retail don't really change all that much. Whoever is on the front of the planogram gets the better storefront shelving. They get the gondolas in the middle that have, you have to walk by them in order to get to the back of the store to find certain games. So that's kind of priority seating and stuff like that. I still think, especially during holiday seasons, that retail locations are indeed very important. If I was Xbox, I probably would have waited till the spring to start doing this, especially considering the optics going into what is happening with the company right now. But I think this is indicative of just kind of what is happening. Like, for whatever reason, they're ready to move on to the next generation of consoles. They're ready to get out of storefronts when it comes to Xbox games and selling Xbox games. And of course, some of it probably has to do with the retailers being a little bit upset at, Xbox system sales not exactly lighting the world on fire. By extension, Xbox software sales are not going to light the world on fire. So there probably were some conversations that were had with this as well. But, there's a picture here that I'm going to put up. I might actually use it as the thumbnail as well. And it's just like, what is happening, dude? Like, I get it. Like, I completely get it. We are moving towards a more digital system of distribution, and whether the customers want it or not, it doesn't matter, because the companies themselves want it. The companies are the ones pushing for these things. But when a major retailer allegedly is getting rid of your product and you are no longer, like, this just keeps going towards this whole PlayStation and Nintendo only future, and I don't like that. These two companies, PlayStation and Nintendo, they both make video games, but they are very different companies in their philosophies. They are very different companies in the types of games that they make. They are very different companies in the types of hardware that they make. They are in competition in terms of video games, but it's kind of like how there's different car manufacturers. You have cheaper alternatives, you have more premium alternatives. And while they both sell cars, I don't think they're necessarily directly competing with each other. When it comes to Xbox, they were a direct competitor to PlayStation, but now they're sleeping with their competition. They're banging them. They're, yes, yeah, here, take all my games, baby. Take all my games. Like, I don't know, man. I don't like any of this. So if you work at a Target or a Walmart, please let me know in the comments section down below. Or go visit the electronic. Like if you work in the electronics, obviously you're going to have more of knowledge towards this if you're a store manager or something. So let me know that. Or if you just work at a Target or a Walmart and you stroll into the electronics section, or even if you're just a customer, you know, you go to Target, you go to Walmart, check out the electronics section. Check out kind of how everything is set up and see if Xbox is being phased out. Because according to some employees, it is being phased out. And I just don't think that's a very good look. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like the video, share it around, hype it up if I have the hype thing. I still don't know what the hell that thing does. It seems like it's rigged anyways. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.